Good morning, friends. It's Pam from Pam's Crafty Heart. It is Wednesday, May 15th already of 2024. Wednesday means it's Whippin' Wednesday, and I have 4 whips to show you today. And then I'm going to discuss a little bit about the next week, Monday's make-along that was requested by a very special viewer of mine who is also a very dear friend. So, I'm going to start with my diamond painting. The one I showed you of the little hippy dippy girl with her little hippy dippy van in the back. All I have left is this bottom part right here. So this will be finished up today. So that's going to be one less thing I have to work on. The thing is, though, is I'll finish that and just get out another one. The other whips I have is I am working on this scarf from the yarn that I won from Dee at Dee's Creative Hands. This is that darn good yarn, and it is lace weight. It is very, very thin. I've never worked with anything quite that thin. So that is slowly making progress because I have 2 other things I'm working on, plus the diamond painting. So 3 other things I'm working on as well. I have also made progress with this scarf done in the solid waves stitch from Crystal over at Bag O' Day. So it's finally getting somewhere. Hopefully I can get this finished up today as well. And then the last thing that I have to show you for my whip is a blanket from one of the stitches I taught on this last Monday, the 13th, which is the double crochet chevrons. Fiber Spider also has this stitch on his page or channel if you want to find a more suitable tutorial to follow if my instructions weren't clear enough, which I hope they were, that everybody was able to follow them. Same with the crossed single crochet stitch. Sarah over at Rich Textures Crochet has a tutorial on that stitch as well if my instructions were not clear enough for you. But my last whip I have is, and if you remember I told you guys the date and night yarn I didn't care for with some of the patterns I was using for it. It was because I was using double crochet stitches in clusters and doing like shells and stuff, and it just made it so dense, so heavy. For some reason, this double crochet chevrons wavy stitch, I'm on a 3rd color already, and I'm doing 6 rows of each color. This isn't heavy like it was when I was using the more dense, heavier stitches. This is just double crochet all the way across, except for there's 2 spots you do 2 double crochet 3s together. So, and this is going to be quite a large blanket. I always do that, but I have the yarn, so I might as well use it and get rid of it as a stash buster. This is that wavy chevrons stitch, and once I get more weight on it, it will flatten out more. But look at how long this thing is. Or it could be the width and I'm adding length. Whichever way you look at it, it's going to be big. But I love how the 3 colors are looking, and I do have one more color I want to add, but I'm going to alternate the silver color with the darker gray color in between the pink and red rows. but I really like how this is coming out. It's such an easy stitch. It's so pretty. And this is not heavy like it was when I was doing the denser stitches. So I'm glad I'm able to use up the rest of that date night yarn I have doing this, instead of making shawl after shawl after shawl out of it, because you can only do it so many times in that color, and then you start making the same things with it, and I don't want doubles of everything laying around. So this will be a very, very nice blanket when it's done. It's going to be warm. The sparkle in it is absolutely gorgeous. And if anybody wants to know, yes, this blanket will be available to buy if anybody is interested once I get it finished. I am going to work on that some more today, as well as trying to finish up that green scarf today, work on the Darn Good yarn scarf. I'm also going to finish up this diamond painting today so I can get that done and put away. And then I will probably pick out another one. I have one that's a little bit larger than what I usually work on. I don't know if I want to do that one or do another one of a little girl with some really curly hair, and she's got like a blue dress on. I don't know which one I want to do yet. I have so many diamond paintings. Then I have two more that are supposed to be here. Excuse me. Either later today or tomorrow they'll be here. One is Winnie the Pooh, and I love Pooh Bear. And the other one is Frozen, Anna, or Elsa. I got one of her to do, so I'm pretty excited about getting those. So I don't know which one I want to do next, but we'll figure it out. All right. I was asked by one of my viewers, who is a very dear friend to me. She's like a sister. She's just a sweet, sweet lady. Many of you also know her, as she is also a very, very supportive person. Mimi Crochets had asked me to do a make-along for a lap blanket because she would like to make one for her husband. And I said, sure. I said, I would love to do one for you if that's something that you're really interested in. And she said, yes, please. I really want to make one. So we are going to go ahead and start next week, Monday, which is the 20th. And we are going to start with a blanket, a make-along lap blanket. I have 8 different stitches picked out that will all work. And we will do 1 stitch a week, and you may add as many rows as you want of that stitch to it, but I would not try to go over 20 to 30 rows per week. Try to keep it in that range of 20 to 30 rows of each stitch per week. That way it's going to give it texture, it's going to give it length, because some stitches are short, some stitches are taller, so the length is going to, I guess, depend on how big you want your lap blanket to be. So I have worked it out, and if we can use a 4-weight yarn or a 5-weight yarn. And if you use a 4-weight yarn, we need to start with a chain of 193. If you use a 5-weight yarn, you'll start with a chain of 133. So you can use 4 or 5-weight yarn. It's up to you, your choice. Color choices, completely up to you, as long as they're 4-weight acrylic or a 4-weight cotton. But if you use cotton, stay with cotton. If you use acrylic, stay with acrylic. Because they will wash different. The stitches are different, so your blanket is going to have different heights with different stitches. So it's going to be pretty, and it's just going to be something different for us to do. As I said on my live on Monday, that it was my last day of teaching stitches, due to the fact that the 3 months I've been doing it, there are several other people that have popped up and started doing the stitch teaching as well. There's no sense in having 5, 6 different channels all teaching the same stitches. That makes no sense to me. So we're going to stop with the teaching stitches and move on to doing something different that I was asked to do by a viewer. And then once we get this lap blanket done, I figured with 8 stitches, if we do 1 stitch a week, that's 8 weeks of doing the make along. So there you go. We'll be doing it for 8 weeks. Each week we will do a new stitch. I have all the stitches already wrote down of what we will be doing. I could tell you, but I don't want you guys to get a head start on it. This is something I want us to do all together and do each week until we're finished with the stitches. So after we do this, I also had a viewer who is also another dear friend to me ask if I could do a make-along poncho. I have never made a poncho before, but it is something I am willing to do. So we can all learn together to do it. I think it would be fun. It would be something different out of the realm of what we normally do on Mondays for, I guess, make-along Mondays, like, would be what it is. So yes, I would absolutely love to do a poncho make-along with everybody. I'm sure I could find an easy pattern that would be easy for all of us to follow, being I've never made one either. I know Bago de Crystal has lots of easy patterns on her channel as well. For under her videos, she's got tons of easy patterns. I'm sure I could find one there. Fiber Spider also does ponchos very well. Another viewer does ponchos. I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I asked share an easy poncho pattern. Who is Tank. She does such beautiful work. I just absolutely love to look at her shawls and ponchos that she makes. They are just stunning. Her work is so beautiful. Or I can check on Pinterest. Pinterest has also got lots of stuff. I don't know how many shawls I've pinned up on Pinterest that I would love to make that I've seen. I don't usually go to Ravelry or the Etsy store because then you gotta pay. Yeah, you do on Pinterest, but there's also lots of free ones on Pinterest as well. So I like using Pinterest better. But other than that, you guys, it's gonna be pretty basic for the next 8 weeks. On Mondays, we will be doing the make-along blanket for Mimi, for her husband. She really wants to do that. I wished we would have started a little bit earlier, because then maybe we could have had it done in time for her to give to her husband for Father's Day, but we won't be done by the time Father's Day comes. Not at 8 weeks out. We're looking at, what is this, May, June? We're looking at into the beginning of July before we would have it finished. So she could always do it as a late Father's Day gift, I guess. So, but anyway. Also, don't forget that tomorrow is Trivia Thursday. I do have, what did I say? I do have the trivia questions, and we have 75 trivia questions for this week. I may add a few more. I haven't decided yet. The categories again are weird laws, gemstones, country music, Disney, fairy tales, cartoons, reality TV, Stephen King, and then questions I am going to ask you guys to answer so that I can get to know you guys better as well. So I may add one more category, which was MASH. That was asked for. My categories are all categories that are, at the end of every week, I ask you guys what categories you would be interested in for the following week. So I do try to do that. That way, you guys are just as much of this as I am. I like it when you guys suggest what categories you like. I look them up. I find trivia questions about them so that I'm able to do this with you guys each week. Um, I love doing it. It's time consuming, but it's worth it to me because, like I said, Thursday nights is one of my favorite nights of the week. I look so forward to doing trivia week with you guys, or trivia night each week with you guys. So I'm very excited about doing that. Like I said, I may add one more category, the MASH category. That one has been asked for a couple of times now. So I do believe I'm going to go ahead and add MASH trivia to the end of that so that we have a little bit more questions. Gives me a little more time to spend with you guys. I do look forward to seeing your guys' answers. Please remember, do not use Siri, Google, or Alexa for the answers. If you do that, it kind of ruins it for everybody else when you are spitting the answer out instantly because you've asked for it. That kind of makes it no fun. It's more fun when you guys try to guess, and I like seeing some of the goofy answers you guys put up. It's hilarious. So, anyway, I do look forward to that. I will add one more category to that for you guys. I will add the MASH category, and then after we are finished tomorrow night, I will ask you all what categories you would like for the following week. So please think about that as well. What categories would you like to see in trivia night? I will do almost any category as long as it's not a nasty category, such as a sexual category. I will not ever do any of those. I know there's been a couple of songs I've asked about that have had that word in it, but it's a song and there's not much I could do about it. As far as a physical category on it, no, I won't do that. So think of categories that you guys would like to have me ask questions about. I'd be more than willing to do it. And I wear my bracelet every day. I never take it off. From Heart of Orion Jewelry Cliff. I've never taken it off since I've gotten it. He does such beautiful work. Other than that, guys, that's about all I have for you guys today. Just the whips and categories and going over for Monday for the make-along. I look forward to that. I hope you guys are all excited. I know Miss C said she's got her yarn and hook and she is ready to go. Mimi is ready to go. She's got her yarn picked out, so she's ready to go. So yeah, like I said, 4-weight, 5-weight, whatever you want to use, get it ready for Monday. Have your hooks and your yarn ready. We will start on Monday with this. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and chain up, if you're using a 4-weight, you can chain up 193. If you're using a 5-weight, you may go ahead and chain up 133. That way our chains are done and we can get right into the stitch. But that's up to you guys. You guys can wait until Monday. We can do it together. Or you may go ahead and get your chains ready now. Again, 4-weight, 193 chains. 5-weight, 133 chains. Other than that, guys, that's about all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, stay crafty, and keep crocheting, my friends. I will see you all on the YouTube streets and tomorrow for Trivia Thursday. Bye until then.